Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is go back into my Bretman Rock Wet n Wild palette. We're going to take the shade Flamingo, and we're going to start off with that in our crease. I feel like with this palette, you really have to pat the color on first and then blend it. Next shade that we're going to go in with is Feeling Myself, and I'm going to use the same brush. I'm okay with the pink still being on it because we're just going to mix both tones. And what you want to do with this is don't mix the two together, kind of have them layered. So leave the pink at the top and kind of leave it a little bit lower inside of your crease, like right underneath it, because this pink is going to be our like blending color. What we want to do with this color is just keep building it up. I want this to look really intense. I'm just going to use this purple shade and just kind of take it mid-lid, just because I'm okay with this purple being all over. This is going to be like most of what I want to see. Like I said, and you just want to have it right under the pink because you want that pink to be our transition shade. Now we're going to go in with a clean blending brush, and then I'm going to go in with this lighter shade at the top, and we're just going to use this color to blend the pink and the purple together. So I'm going to go right in between the two. And you want the edges to just look like super blended. You don't want any harsh lines. So feel free to blend wherever you need. Now that we have that done, we're going to go in with some concealer and a concealer brush and cut out our crease. So I'm going to show you guys how I do this. So normally I'll just take some of my concealer and I will, oh, where's my hand? I'll just take some of my concealer and we're going to put it on our back of our hands. And then we're going to take our concealer brush, and what you want to look for when you are cutting your crease is where your lid and your crease meet. So mine would be right here. What I like to do is you're going to load up your brush with all the concealer. And then what you want to do is basically first stamp it on. You don't want to swipe because that's going to wipe off a lot of your eyeshadow. When you stamp it on, it's just going to be placing the concealer on where you want it to go. So for this, I'll get a mirror. And then what you want to do is look down, and like I said, just look for, what you want to look for is in between your lid and your crease. And like I said, all you want to do is stamp it. I kind of like push down a tiny bit. I'm not gonna go all the way over, I just did it to like mid-lid. And now what you can do is swipe to blend, just to like fill it in, and then when you get towards the ends, go back in and stamp. So normally when I do my cut creases, I like the top to feather out a little bit more, like this area, and then this to be smaller because that's what's gonna give you like that like faded effect. Alright, and just get that as blended as you possibly can. Then we're going to go back in with the Feeling Myself shade in that same brush. And just go ahead and tap that wherever the two meet, because this is what's going to make it look super blended together. And there you go, your cut crease. It looks a little cray-cray right now, but once we put our shadow on top of it, it's going to look really good. If this is your first time, you just want to make sure you are taking your time and making sure that the two match. Alright guys, next we're going to go in with our Juvia's Place palette, and this is the Nubian 3 Coral. And I think I want to use this shade in the corner. I don't know if there's a color. Nope, it doesn't have a color. We're going to use this shade right here. I think I'm probably going to mix two, but for now this is what I'm going to go with. Normally what I do, I'll just keep going back and forth between both eyes and try to match the two as best as I can. Now I think I'm going to go in with this shade that's right next to it, just to add a little bit of shimmer, just because I feel like it needs something. I mean, I'm trying to do the whole sunset eye theme, so I feel like some glitter is perfect for this. Now we're going to go back in with the blending brush that we used to kind of blend everything together. And we're going to go back in and pick up a little bit of the Feeling Myself color. And you don't need a lot for this at all. And what we're going to do is just pat it in. I'm going to go in with a smaller blending brush, and we're going to go back and pick up the Flamingo color, which is this one right here, and we're going to put a little tiny bit of that back into the crease, just to like touch it up. And just be like super light-handed and pick up minimal product with this, because it's easier to keep building up and applying color. You don't want to just like go in super heavy-handed and have to do double the work blending it out. Alright, now we're going to go in with a flat shadow brush, and we're going to go back in and pick up the Feline Myself color. We are just going to line right above the crease. Actually, I'm going to mix the pink and the purple. So we're going to do Flamingo and the Feline Myself. And you could just line right at the top. This is going to give it an effect where it's like popping out a little bit more. I want this to be super subtle. Super subtle, thin lines. You don't need this to be super thick. Just enough for you to be able to see the difference between the two colors. Alrighty guys, now that we have our eyeshadow done, I'm going to go in with my Better Than Sex waterproof liquid eyeliner. And I'm just going to go ahead and, I feel like this is definitely an eyeliner look. But if you guys need some help with that, I will put my link to my last video somewhere in here. Alright guys, so I've already applied my concealer and cleaned everything up. We're going to go in and use our NYX Jet Black eyeliner. We're going to put that in our waterline. I always like to do this before I put eyeshadow on because my eyes start tearing up. And they just get super sensitive. We're going to go back into the Bretman Rock palette and we're going to use the Flamingo and the Feline Myself. First I'm going to use the pink, and we're just going to put that all over. So like usual, I'm just going to pat it in first, and I'm going to bring that all the way to where I stopped the eyeliner in my waterline. Now we're going to go in with the purple. And then I'm going to go back and use this pink brush that we went and put more pink in our crease with. And we're just going to diffuse this out. Alright, and this is what we have so far. And I think that I'm going to go in and use a little bit of this bottom color. It's called Alpha. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that right above the two colors we just used. I just feel like it'll intensify this a tiny bit. And I'm not going to bring it all the way towards the inner corner. I'm just going to use a tiny bit to fade everything together. Alrighty guys, so this is what we have so far. Alright guys, so I think we achieved this look really well. I'm going to let you guys know what I used on my face. So for foundation, powder, concealer, all of that stuff, I put that in my last video, so I'll put the link below so that way you guys have it. You can check it out to see what I use on a normal. So I went in with the Kylie Jenner face palette, and I used the Toasty shade and Baddie on the Block for my contour and my blush. For bronzer, I decided to use the Kylie Jenner pressed powder. This is the shade Tanned and Gorgeous. I love her shades. I think that they all blend really, really well. I just figured that this would give me a little bit more of a sculpted look instead of it just looking closer to my skin tone. And then the highlighter that I used was the Fenty Beauty What a Brat. I also used this in my last video as well. I love this highlighter. I just feel like it went really good with the hint of pink shadow that we used. So that's why I used that. And then as far as a lipstick, I used the NYX Sandstorm Suede Matte Lip Liner. This is what that looks like. And then for lipstick, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Milkshake Liquid Lipstick, and I put that all over my lips. The highlighter, I went ahead and I put that in my inner corner. And then I also used the Heavy Metal by Urban Decay. This is the shade Volume. And I put that, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I put it kind of right at the bottom of my inner corner. I felt like this added a lot of sparkle, and it just added a little bit more to our look, and I kind of wanted to make it my own too. I didn't just want to copy the picture that we're going off of. I used the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 spray, and I went ahead and sprayed that everywhere. But yes guys, that is pretty much it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun playing with colors. I feel like I normally don't do a lot of colors like this. I also feel like this look would look really good with some dramatic lashes. Obviously I can't because I have lash extensions on, like I said in my previous video as well. So if you guys feel like you want to add something different to this look, like, go right ahead. But if you guys choose to try this look out, make sure you tag me on my Instagram so I can repost anyone who tries it. Alrighty, like always guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy with all of this going on right now. And if you guys want to see any other looks, obviously I have all the time to do so. So let me know what else you guys want to see, what other colors, anything like that. And make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.